my big day.
Big day. Those of you who don't know, this is Nick. Nick is notorious because every Tesla in the world, you know, if you go into the icons to pull up the sketch pad, he's the author of the unicorn. So, anyways, today's his big day. We're going to go pick up his Model 3 at the Toronto International Convention Center, whatever they call that. Lots of cars down there, so I am his chauffeur for the day. So,
thank you, Trev, and super excited for my 3.
Yeah, 3. Apologies for the wind, but we got a lot of cars here ready to go for today, and there's a whole back lot in the back. Lots and lots of cars ready to go. Yeah.
Okay, if I search and try to find it myself? You want to try to find yourself? Let's go. Yeah, and door number 1 is my front door. That's it!
First one, first try. Nice.
There she is in all her glory. Been 68,697,000 seconds later, finally picking up my vehicle.
First man, he camped out. For the Model 3, first day, he camped out in Toronto. He was the first man in line. Look at this. Finally got your Model 3. Looks great in blue, buddy. Oh, the semi-truck event. Oh, lots of fun.
Keeping us occupied while we wait for the car to get detailed. Looks pretty good, but kind of minor little things here and there. So we'll give another wash down and excited to get it on the road.
Yeah, certainly a smoother process today because there's a lot less people. If we back out here, you'll see that it's a Monday. There's not a lot of people here compared to what it was like on the weekend.
I was expecting much worse. So far it's been exceeding my expectations. So
well, back to watching the Tesla semi-truck event.
So standard bus.
We're still here at Tesla watching, and we thought, pull up, and we can watch a little bit of Kim. But Nick here is going to tell me about a little bit of his Rube Goldberg that he set up.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a big success. The hardest thing about it was every night I had to disassemble it. So whatever I had to set up, I had to build it kind of modularly and have it quickly assemble and disassemble because the kids would have destroyed it. It took me about 2 weeks to do. So the hardest part was A, to make it so it's easily to set it up and take it down, and B, making the props. A lot of the props I made just on my own. Yeah,
if you haven't seen the little clip, you can watch it right now.
Okay, trial number 1, do or die. Let's go.
There goes the train. Look at the train, guys. Hang on. Oh, there's the water bucket. It's going to fill up enough. Oh my goodness. Look, Daddy. Look. Goes around.
ready.
There we go, in the sun.
There it is.
Beauty. There's two.
Okay,
One for
thank
you
you.
and one for yourself. Perfect. There you go. So they both work. Step inside now. There's a bit of wind.
All right, buddy, jump in.
So if I can have you have one of the key cards.
Let's see if I got my insurance in here.
Much congratulations.
It's nice meeting you, friend.
Nice meeting you too, Trevor. And enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, thanks, guys. See ya.
Again.
Cheers.
All right, buddy.
All right,
Here it is.
here it is.
Finally.
Ready for
Monitor.
it? The first reveal of the Sketchpad icon. There it is.
Yeah, Nick's claimed the fame. There you go.
Give them some love. And yes, thank you. See, I got my own built-in spell check.
Spell check.
There we go. For you, Elon. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Tesla, and everyone associated. And also Alex. Good job on the Sketchpad development.
All right, so what are we playing for the first song, buddy?
All right, let's do it. Play Life on Mars by David Bowie.
The girl with the mousy hair, but her mommy is yelling no.
I think that's appropriate.
I think so as well. I was actually at the Falcon Heavy launch. Came in the day of, and luckily enough got to see it.
You know, I was in the Florida Keys, and I would pull it over the side of the road and watch it with my wife.
There you
It
go.
was awesome.
It was amazing. And we were drinking not a Coke.
Hey, by the way, when are you getting your flamethrower? Not a flamethrower. Not a flamethrower.
I am not getting, or I am getting not a flamethrower. I haven't been given actual delivery date yet, but I was one of the early ones, I believe, from Canada. So hopefully I'll be one of the first to get not a flamethrower into Canada.
All right, set up your mirrors and shit, dude.
Let's do it.
You know the trick to setting up your mirrors correctly, right?
What's that?
You don't know that yet? I'm going to do a video on it, but basically the way you do it, and this is the way the Society of Automotive Engineers recommend you do this,
Okay.
put your head up against the glass. Like, stick your face right up against the glass like that. Adjust your mirrors to the point where you can't see your car, the side of your car anymore, sideways. Okay?
I can still see the car, but
Yeah, well, yeah, go as far as you can.
Yep.
And then what you do is you come and put your head in the middle of the car, like scooch over as far as you possibly can.
Yep.
And then do the same thing for the passenger side mirror.
Alright, so back right.
Do it till you can't see the edge of the car anymore. Yeah. So the purpose of that is so that here, because we have a frameless mirror and it's so small, that when you get cars in the mirror, once they leave this, you're already seeing it fully in this mirror. Most people set it up incorrectly in such a way that they always see the side of the car. The problem is it leaves a huge blind spot. This largely eliminates all the blind spots if you set it up like that. It takes a little bit to get used to because you're seeing so far out, but trust me, it works, especially with these really tiny mirrors. It makes a huge difference on the Teslas.
Awesome, thanks.
Cool. And of course we see here that the piano black in the Model 3 is very prone to fingerprints and possibly scratches, so highly recommended that you get this vinyl wrap. There's kits available. Do that, otherwise the first time you get a scratch on there, you'll be killing yourself for not doing it sooner. So
Like that scratch right there.
yeah, exactly. See that? You already got scratches and fingerprints. So Uncle Trevor says, get this wrapped as soon as possible. You know, we always tell people when you get in the Model X to make sure you look up, right?
Yeah, so
In
we
the Model
saved
3.
this just for Trev. Woo!
Wow.
If there's a solar eclipse right now, I'd be watching it.
And you'd also be blind.
No, Elon Musk said between glasses and the roof.
All right. If he says so, then we'll believe him.
What he says always is true.
Oh, yes, never, ever doubt Elon Musk, right? All right, well, great car, Elon. Thank you very much.
Awesome
That's awesome.
car.
All right, we're waiting for Pizza Guy here to move so that we can go and move this puppy. We thought for a second he was trading in his Mazda 3, but he's bringing in pizza.
I told Trev I was going to offer him a pizza lunch, but he wants something more.
What do I want?
I don't know. What do you want?
Prime rib.
Ooh.
Hey, if you're offering, man, I'm not
Go
passing
big or
up
go
because
home.
Yeah, you're going to find the steering on this to be super responsive and very nimble. Smaller steering wheel too, eh? Compared to the,
Yes.
to the X.
But it feels good. It feels the...
Yeah, no, it's
the
nice. They did a really good job.
The touch is very...
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay, ready?
On your mark.
Woo! Okay, dude. Okay, all right. Oh, you don't want to bottom out the suspension.
Go big or go home, Jeff. Come on, it's not your car. Don't worry about it.
All right,
let's
all
go
right.
straight. Let's go straight. See how it handles this turn here.
Yeah, I can hear it. Whoa! Dude, you just ran through some glass. Careful.
It's okay.
It's okay.
You don't think I'm gonna ever run through
There's glass here too. There's people people are so jeez, dude. It's so irresponsible. Not you, but people. Oh. All right, we're having some fun. Makes for good video, but holy
Only
cow.
because you're here. I would never do that by myself.
No more. Oh, there's no more Model 3s back here.
She's quiet.
Yeah, it's nice.
And she handles very.
Yeah, look how nimble the tight turning radius on this puppy. Whoa, Jesus! Oh, squealing the tires. First guy to crash his Model 3 right after delivery. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh yeah, he's scrubbing.
nicely.
He's scrubbing the tires.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Let's go in and out of here.
Whoa! Christ, slalom.
Oh, there's the automatic wipers. They actually work very well.
Oh my gosh! All right, don't do that.
Now that it's ready, we had enough fun.
Okay. I'm not prepared for that. I don't think I want lunch anymore. Watch for the glass. All right. You got it out of your system?
Well, that's my thank you, Trevor. Thanks a lot for coming.
Trying to make me sick in the process.
Hope you throw out those underwear.
Oh my gosh. Well, this car certainly chooches, that's for sure.
Definitely handles very well.
Yeah, it's a nice car. People are going to love it. If you doubt this car, you're in for a serious treat when you get behind the wheel of this car. It will change your life.
And all the haters...
Well, the haters are going to hate.
If you come in here and you drive it and you say it sucks, then we know that
You got an axe to
you're full of
All right. Well, this is a family channel, dude. Can't be saying that.
I'm sorry. You're full of crap.
We're going over here because there is a fresh delivery of Model 3s. Look at this. Just offloading.
Beautiful.
There you go. Is he the guy that's scratching all the cars as they come off? All right, I'll park right beside White Knight here for a photo op. There we go. Look at that. Right beside, baby. Yeah. So here's Nick's car, yet to be named, of course, and then we have White Knight beside, so you can get a pretty good idea of the size difference between an S, not an S, but a 3 and an X. So
I'm open to suggestions, so if you guys want to help me out.
oh yeah, sure. If you got any ideas what you want to call this car, I mean, we put some suggestions down in the comments, and I'll forward them off to Nick. And yeah, it's all good. We like more electric cars, the more the better, right? Awesome, dude.
Let's do it,
all
guys.
right, let's do it.
Everybody likes Mazda. I don't like Mazda. I'm sorry if anybody drive Mazda. I'm really, really sorry. Like I said, it's the best car I ever been in.
This is Nick's mother driving the Model 3 for the first time. She
Oh
likes
my
it
goodness.
already.
She
First
loves it.
EV.
First electric car too.
This is beautiful.
So if you notice, if you take your foot off the accelerator, it turns into a brake. You don't have to push the brakes,
You
right?
don't have to do the brakes.
That's right.
That's exactly.
That's right.
That's why I tried to figure out. I said, yeah, it's long.
You can almost come to a stop without touching the brakes. So if you let off, see what happens.
I did notice on the drive home that it's not as aggressive as the S or X.
Okay.
It's going to take a little getting used to. Oh, look at your windshield, Lee. How smart is that? Your
Oh, you
wipers
don't
just
have to
went.
do it.
No, it'll do it for you.
Oh my God. This is good for old people because we forgot. Kia.
Kia has an electric car.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Kia Soul.
Oh,
Kia Soul and the Ioniq and the
Okay,
Kona.
So press the
Oh, that's
button there,
Hyundai. Or yeah, that's Hyundai.
Yeah.
Brake.
there's
and there
the
you go.
button.
And that's it. Car's
That's
off.
it.
Park.
You're parked.
There you go.
Ta-da!
Beautiful. Thank you.
How was
Oh
your first
my
experience? 0 to 10.
I'm so. What's the word?
The future today.
It is a future. It is a future. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Oh, thank you.
What do you think? You like that?
Beauty. I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Sold.
It's sold.
Elon, another one sold.
Another one.
Yes. My birthday's coming up.
Yeah.
So anybody
June
wanna-
13th.
Oh, awesome.
June 13th. Anybody
Perfect.
want to deliver on my parking lot spot? I'm
No problem.
happy.
Yeah. Well, me
Yeah.
too. All right, it's my turn to drive.
All right.
This is my first time driving the Model 3 since last year. I've been in lots of them, but I haven't driven them yet. I relinquished.
Some of the offers, I remember watching one of your videos, you were offered to go for a spin, but you passed.
Oh well, yeah. The first one, you know, that's somebody else's here. Oh god, this is nice. This is second best to the Model X in terms of view, if you ask me. Right? Do you concur?
I definitely concur. One thing that I was worried about was not noticing the glass above us, but
Yeah.
it seems a lot more obvious than in the Model
Well,
S.
it's thinner. Like the cross member here is thinner than the Model S, so you get a better view. And of course, with the lower windshield, it makes. I mean, not having a binnacle just makes this so open to be able to see what you're doing and driving. Looking forward to this. And I have access to lots of cars now, so I'm going to be doing a series of short videos teaching people the ins and outs of the car and some of the hidden tricks. Now, unfortunately, Nick has not sprung for Autopilot, so all
Sorry,
we have
folks.
is. Oh, by the way, people have been asking all the time, do you have cruise control if you don't get Autopilot? The answer is yes. You get basic cruise control on the car, and you can adjust the speed here this way or through the scroll wheel. Yeah, there we go. So it's on the scroll wheel. And I don't have, see, I have to stop here because there's no radar active on this car. Speaking of cars, there's a Kona. That's not the electric version, but that's Hyundai is going to be making a electric version of this car. It'll be available very soon. So those of you who want a small SUV in an electric version, well, you'll be able to get a Kona soon. How did you find with the mirrors adjusted the way I suggested to? A little weird at first?
Yeah, definitely it's going to take a little bit of getting used to,
Yeah.
but I do see what you're saying about the
Yeah, you
view
see what I
around
mean?
it.
Like
Yeah.
when the car leaves that mirror, he's already in the other mirror, right? So that what that does eliminates the blind spots, because most people have the mirrors in too close this way, so that when the car is in this blind spot, you can't see it. This way, it eliminates, the car out of the blind spot. So it does take a little bit of adjustment, but it works really well. I'll do a proper video on how to set up your mirrors. In a lot of ways, this screen being right where it is nice because the ergonomics are really good to be able to get at things.
And also the responsiveness of it is
Well,
much
that's on
better than-
that's on account of the new Intel chip that's in there as opposed to the older Tegras that they're doing. But I will say they updated the software on the S and the X, and the responsiveness of the map portion, anyways, has been definitely improved. But for the amount that I actually touch the screen, I don't really care. I don't use it all that much.
Yeah, I've noticed over time I engage with this screen a lot less.
Yeah, well, people always make a big deal about, oh, you have to touch that screen for everything. Actually, no, you don't. Certainly have no loss of range on this car. Lots of range on this thing. I am very envious of people that have a Model 3 with the 75 kilowatt hour battery pack compared to the same battery size on a Model X. Of course, you have the same car. And you'll notice the range. This thing is very efficient. I mean, what are we dealing with here? Efficiency. We're dealing with 184 watt hours per kilometer right now. Trip A,
And that's
Trip
with
B.
having a little bit of fun too.
Yeah, exactly. Bev, you got to get one of these cars. I'm telling you, get rid of that Volkswagen.
You won't regret it, Bev. Trust me.
She just doesn't want to pay for it. I get that. I get that.
Neither do I, but I'll soon forget about it when I'm enjoying this on a daily basis.
That's right. Quality is remembered long after price is forgotten. I will say this: they've improved the suspension on these cars. It feels a little softer. The first ones I drove was a little bit, a little harsh. And they've since softened the springs a little bit. Very nimble steering on this car. I mean, it feels like a go-kart. Yeah, look at that.
I don't know if you can see them. They're behind the trees, but there's some wild horses, just like at the Gigafactory.
Oh, really?
Nah, they're not wild.
Oh, okay, just horses. Yeah, this is nice. I could totally get used to one of these too. Be like, you take the X now, you take the Model 3, which car are you gonna take?
No, you can't go wrong with this car, especially when the base comes out.
Oh, the base
model
car?
is gonna be.
You know what? Whether you get a tax credit or not, the base car is gonna sell like crazy.
Yeah.
Definitely gotta come up with a name for this thing.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I have White Knight. You called your Model S Herbie. Did you give your Model X a name?
My Model X's name is Heavy's Falcon.
Heavy's Falcon? Okay. I say you call this something like
The Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lightning.
No,
How about on account you waited so long, I call it Blue Balls. Quality. I mean, Tesla's got their collective you-know-what together in this car. It's really good. Haters are gonna hate, but let me tell you, this car is a game changer. What we didn't show on video is Nick and I did do a dead stop acceleration test between the S and the 3 and the X, and they were neck and neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only to the speed limit, though.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that, you know, we stomped on it at the same time, and we were keeping up to each other.
Yeah, I would say it was pretty
close. I mean,
even,
I think they advertised the speed of both cars being the same. Now, of course, that's the difference between a car that weighs, what, 2,000 pounds less, the Model 3 compared to the X, but also the fact that I have all-wheel drive. Yeah, this car is certainly no slouch.
Considering how much bigger and heavier the X is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's pretty impressive.
Yep. I think the performance version of this car, if you can afford it, I would highly recommend you take a drive. That'll be a scary car to drive.
Oh, yeah.
The size of the steering wheel they put in this car just feels like dead on. Anything bigger would just feel weird, right?
Even the comfort of it, the feel.
Yeah,
it's very
It's a little skinnier than the X, a little bit, especially up here. Down here, it still feels a little fat, but yeah, this is perfect. That's the thing, you know, it's funny, people don't realize how much time and effort goes into designing things. People just think they just take a steering wheel off the shelf and they put it in a car and then they just go, yeah, it's good enough. That's not how cars are designed. They spend an inordinate amount of time on like ergonomics and where things go and so on and so forth. Not to say that the decisions are always perfect, they never are, but finally got a center console and it's actually done a really good job. However, my opinion is the piano black finish will prove to be a mistake.
You can still, I don't know if it'll come through, but you can still see my handprint there.
Big handprint right there. Yeah. So that'll drive you nuts. So you got to make sure you get a vinyl wrap or something on this to protect it, paint protection film, something. It's not to say they won't change the finish in the future, because Tesla's always messing around with finishes as they go. But yeah, I would certainly get this covered. There's several kits you can buy online that are pre-cut. You can just Google that. There's lots of companies that put that stuff. Or you can check out the forum. People are talking about that all the time. The other feature that'll be really nice is when we get the Jetta wireless pad for here, for charging. That $99 option, so you can just drop your phone on there. Yeah. That'll be really nice. I think that'll be a huge accessory for people to get in a car like that. It's like the option that Tesla forgot, you know?
It's not like they don't have anything big on their plate or anything.
Well, I think part of it, the wireless thing is something that people have been asking about for some time. Why didn't Tesla put it in? And I think it really goes back, if you think about when they actually designed this car, and we're talking ostensibly, 3.5 years ago when they started designing this car, wireless charging on phones wasn't as prevalent as it is today. Like Apple, for example, is a latecomer to the market. It's been on Android phones for a handful of years, a little less. But it just wasn't as prevalent. And now that every phone basically has wireless charging, it's just like, well, can't put it in now. It's not to say they can't add it in the future, they can. But what it does is it opens up a cottage industry of people bringing accessories to the market to fix some of these deficiencies. Not a deficiency, it's just, it is what it is, right? Because you don't design a car in 6 months. I do have a feeling, based on comments that they've made in the past, like actually started designing the car about 2 years prior to actually putting the car in production. So they went from design concepts to production in about 2 years on this car, which is unheard of. And that's very fast compared to the industry norm is 5, 6, sometimes 7 years, which kind of explains why Tesla sometimes doesn't do as much testing. When they started delivering these cars to employees, they were the beta testers. One of the nice things, of course, with the software updates of this car is that you can improve the vehicle as you go.
Yeah.
Right? The braking update. I mean, that's unheard of. That's the first time that's ever been done. And that's largely because Tesla's technology they built into the car, all the little sensors and the CAN bus little devices, Tesla can basically reach right down from a software update mechanism right down into the basics of the car, every little module, and update the firmware. And that's very difficult to do for other manufacturers.
Plus, it's fun when you see that little icon.
This guy, this guy right here.
It's fun when you
software updates. It's like Christmas. Now, if Tesla's watching, They probably will. Big suggestion for you, your software updates, please give us the release notes before we do the software update. We want to see what's going to change. You get the software update notes, but only after you've applied the update. So we would really like to see that before we apply the update. So a little suggestion for you if you're thinking about it. It would be really good to see that. Well, thanks for the ride, buddy. It was really good. We're coming up to the house now, so we'll call this end of the day here because I got a bit of a headache and I'd really like to go home now. So.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks again. Had a great time. And hopefully Model 3 serves me well.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks.
Great car. Love it.